it can't be a part of the kidney. No. I don't know if you get this illustration. And I'm leading up to this here. If you love your children, watch this. Online predator, influencer, predator, influencer, our children. We must protect them from people like this. Watch this. Okay, Richie. I'm directing them to your channel, brother. Here you go.
Read by John Bravo.
This is where the story turns. And I wanted to go back to the beginning, where he claims he was in prison, right? I wanted to see if he ever was in prison, or if it's another one of his bullshit stories, because he's only talked about it once. And he said that he went to prison for something that he didn't do.
And after that, I got arrested. I got arrested for something that they said that I did, and I didn't do it.
Was it true? Did he go to prison? Yeah, he was telling us the truth on that. But he lied to all of us when he said he didn't do anything. And now I'm going to tell you the story of exactly what he did. Now, a warning, before I tell you guys this story, I've been doing this for a long time, and I've seen and I've heard lots of things. But never have I uncovered something as dark, evil, and sad as I did when I was doing this. So prepare yourself, because this is not a joke, this is not funny, this is actually a serious story, and I want you guys to prepare for what I'm going to tell you. He was 18 years old. He went to a party with his brother and a bunch of his other friends. They see a girl there, 15 years old, a cheerleader, beautiful girl from high school. The party, they're all there having a good time. Him and his brother and the other friend and a few other people tell the girl, hey, come back to the party at my parents' house. We'll stop by the liquor store. We'll get some liquor. We have fake IDs. We'll have fun. We'll party. So the girl listens. She goes. She's naive. And I don't think she ever expected to happen what happened. Ben, King Asshole, his brother, Dylan, and
fully guided surgery versus freehand surgery.
Well, the analogy we talk about here is the iPhone and the cock with a piece of string.
Just something you got to put up with.
and another kid, they're all
There you are.
Israeli, so I guess they're very close. They all took turns taking advantage of her. I have to be careful with what I say here. In every which way possible. I'm talking from behind, the mouth. It's really bad and it's really hard to say, but they all took turns on her. She was a 15-year-old virgin. Very, very sad story. I'm gonna show you guys here some of the documentation, but I have to be very careful in how I show this on YouTube. This is a lawsuit by a young woman stemming from a brutal R and S assault committed against her by defendants Ben Azuli, Dylan Azuli, both of them are brothers, and Mayor Vareed, who was their friend, on July 13, 2008, at the home of defendants David and Rachel Azuli, which are his parents. At the time, H, which I had to shorten her name because I do not want her identity revealed. At the time, H was only 15 years old and a virgin. H has suffered and continues to suffer extreme physical and emotional damages as alleged herein. At the party in Sherman Oaks, H., Catherine, and Paulina met defendants Ben and Dylan Azuli, who are brothers. Dylan convinced H., Catherine, and Paulina to come to what he described as a party at his parents' house at Buffalo Avenue in Sherman Oaks, and Ben drove them there. So they were at a party initially, and then he convinced them all to go to his house. A highly intoxicated H. is repeatedly and forcibly AR'd by at least 3 of the defendants, while the others stand by and watch. H. was forcibly dragged into a bedroom by Ben, who stripped of her clothes, forced her to perform OS on him, and then oral blank on her against her will. Ben then proceeded to brutally force himself upon H, beating her and AR'd her against her will. Other boys, including Dylan and Mayer, watched while this was going on, but made no effort to stop Ben. In fact, each time she attempted to escape, she was pulled back into the room and subjected to further assault. After Ben had finished ravaging H, he passed her to his brother Dylan, who dragged her from Ben's room to Dylan's room. While R-ing her, he bit her on the neck and Dylan and Ben then flipped H onto her stomach, face down, and she was again R'd from behind by both. During the R, one or more of the boys had sex with her. After being repeatedly R'd by Ben and Dylan inside the house, Ben and Dylan moved H to a couch in the backyard. Ben and Dylan watched, but did nothing to stop Mayer. Defendants Rachel and David Azuli came home to find a party of at least 8 teenagers drinking and smoking marijuana, but did nothing to intervene. Rachel Azuli watched Mayer take H, who she knew to be drunk and underage, out of the backyard through a side door and did nothing to stop them. Ben, Dylan, and Mayer were subsequently arrested and interviewed by the police. Ben and Dylan also informed the police that they had watched Mayer R.H. Ben was prosecuted as an adult. Dylan and Mayer were both charged as minors. Ben admitted his guilt in open court and was convicted on the charge of violating Penal Code Section 288, blank with a minor. Dylan also admitted his guilt and was convicted in a juvenile proceeding on a charge of violating Penal Code Section 261, R of an intoxicated unconscious person.
Come on over to the US, set up a fight, however you want.
Hell, the Wise Nuts will sponsor the damn fight.
Shit. However you want. Listen, we could do an MMA fight, which I've done many times. We could do a boxing fight if you want, which I call a pillow fight. We could go bare knuckle. We could do kickboxing. You're a 4-time world champion. Well, you didn't fight people like me. Or we could go all out.
Is there? So this is the reason I'm putting this guy on blast, and every single channel should do the same. Like, I'm wondering where Penguin Zero is on this particular topic, because he's the one that was making fun of him quite a while.
This is the filth of the earth that will be removed. I knew nothing about this. An innocent virgin, drawn in by these fuckers. There are young women who are getting drawn in. They do not know what they're getting into. Please listen. If you're a young one, listen. I've worked in places to help alcoholics. I was working with prostitutes, some of the nicest girls came into a unit to get help. I was there to help. I taught some of them abroad, they loved it. and kind of a therapy. And some of these girls were drawn into these situations innocently, and before they knew it, they were trapped. They were trapped. And then they became dependent. And they became frightened. And then they became a slave. Some have been put into positions. You can see them on the dark web or whatever they go on. Us men must boycott all of that. When you watch porn, what are you doing? Do you know what that person's been through? What led up to all this? And you watch it out of curiosity, because there's no woman willing to give me anything. So I've got to go into porn. You're feeding the beast when you do that. I can't stop you. But if you have any feelings for any of these girls that are being put up on the internet or wherever it is, be assured that they've been through fucking hell. And the only way to stop this fucking hell for these girls and men, young boys, is to stop watching and feeding the beast. I'm going to be hated for this stand. This breaks my heart to listen to that story of a virgin, so innocent, a poor girl, a poor girl. Father, breaks my heart. These evil fuckers doing this, destroying the young girl's life. Dirty bastards. How would you feel if that was your daughter? It was all videoed for everybody to see. How sad. Don't do it. Don't watch it. Boycott it. What does the word boycott mean? What does the word boycott mean? Hey? Let me show you.